Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is our 5th episode of the 12th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for a link in the description below. Just click on it, put a password in, and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are running our most liked characters out the whole entire franchise. Yes, everybody's on there. Howard, Bernadette, Raj, Penny, Leonard, Sheldon. Who else am I missing off? I feel like there's one more. Stuart as well. All of them in there. Get your picks. And obviously your votes and mine will be shown in the final episode. It's going to be really entertaining and I can't wait to see who you guys choose. Now, last episode, we seen Bernadette and Penny kind of scoping out Raj's new fiance. They went and seen her while she was at her workplace. Basically asked, can they go out for a dinner? They sat down, he's getting to know her. They were spilling a little bit of beans about Raj and how he is. They was talking about her life and why she's in, this arranged marriage. She's been through the whole scenario before, fall in love, go out with somebody, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work out. And she thought, you know what, let's try and see it this way. Kind of get it. Raj has said the same thing. He's tried it one way, let's try it the other, see how it goes. Now, interestingly as well, Sheldon's best friend from when he was in Texas was visiting, and Sheldon was upset. He was mad. He's on his hit list. You know what I mean? He's on his enemy list. He's got his reasons, and the guy didn't even know why he was actually upset. We had that discussion in the episode that just because he's on Sheldon's list, most people don't even know what they've done to even get onto it, and half of them just don't even have a clue that he's even got the list in the first place. You know what I mean? And it turned out, obviously, Sheldon explained what it is. They apologized. He made up. Seemed like it was all going well, and obviously ended up going back home. So everybody kind of ended in a happy note, and obviously, like I said, I'm excited to see obviously how we do with Raj, because seems to be kind of the pushing kind of story this season so far, which I'm totally all game for, because like I said, to end the show with Raj happy is a nice touch. And do you remember when we first started, he couldn't even speak to women, and now we're ending it, he's potentially going to be in an arranged marriage. Big jump from one to the other, but we have had obviously 200 plus episodes to see that progression. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Recently, 12 new moons were discovered orbiting Jupiter, bringing the total up to 79. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this journey through the stars. If you enjoyed this lecture, please come back Thursday for the exact same one.
What are you guys giggling about?
They're passing notes to each other.
Love notes?
Amy and I have been having so much fun collaborating together.
Well, you know what they say, you never collaborate as much as your first year of marriage.
Great show.
Thanks. Oh, Howard, this is Andrea. She's the director of the planetarium.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Howard Wolowitz, engineer, husband, father, astronaut. Like to brag.
Yeah, but somehow you'll manage.
Howard join you for one of your shows.
Find the time.
Oh, you don't have to decide right now.
It's okay.
Oh, you can't do it.
So I'm gonna place this sensory isolation helmet on you for about 5 minutes. All you need to do is sit still and relax.
Amy, are you busy?
I've got a subject wired up for a sensory study.
So...
Yes, I'm busy.
I had a thought about our super asymmetry theory. Let me show you this one thing.
Well, I want to see it, but not when I'm in the middle of an experiment. I'm really excited about our paper too, but I've got a lot of my own work to catch up on, so let's talk later.
Okay, well, let me just say one more thing. Lambda calculus. And if that wets your whistle, you know where to find me.
You know what, right? I'm actually really happy that we're going on with this, because I totally forgot it was a thing. On the wedding day, they nearly, well, they not missed it, but they was a little bit later to the altar, so to speak, because he was in here doing this asymmetry kind of project together, and he was writing all over the walls and all over the mirrors, you know what I mean? And he said, oh yeah, it's our wedding day, we'll pick it up on another day. Totally forgot about it. Now we're picking it up in the 5th episode. It's good to see. Continuation. We love it. Good stuff.
You okay? You seem distracted.
Just thinking about Raj.
And I'm thinking about Chris Hemsworth. Let's go.
Why wouldn't you want me to be in his planetarium show?
And it's gone. Think about it. If you were him, would you want to share the stage with a sexy-ass astronaut? Pants, huge biceps, magic hammer.
Wait, who are we
I'm
talking
back in it.
With elementary quantum mechanical formalism is that the Fourier transform extends to minus infinity in time.
Hey, don't dumb this down for me.
What's up?
Well, he was excited to talk science with Amy, but she was working late, so he decided to come over and share it with me.
Can't go around boring other people's wives.
Yeah. I already got a man for that.
She does have her own job.
Yeah, but it's so dull. Trying to understand how the brain translates the 5 senses into biochemical information.
I just want to let you know I get why you don't want me to be a part of the planetarium show. You don't want to talk about the stars next to an actual astronaut. That would be like doing karaoke with a rock star. Stand you being intimidated, but I can't help that I'm proud of being an astronaut. It's a big deal.
It certainly is, but I also happen to be very accomplished in my field. But I am not scared of sharing the spotlight with you.
What's
It's
happening?
my office.
I just stormed out for dramatic effect. I don't have anywhere to go.
How much do you know about physics?
I'm a physicist, doctorate from Indiana University.
Oh, that makes more sense. Well, don't worry, I'll go slow. Working on a theory of super asymmetry that could reconcile the lack of observation of supersymmetry in a world still governed by string theory. Dr. Fowler has found herself distracted by the commitments in her own lab. It would be a great help to both of us if you could free her up from her other project.
Cooper.
Look, I know what you're thinking. They're newlyweds. How are they going to keep their hands off each other? Let me assure you, we will not engage in workplace coitus.
Mr. Park, may I help you?
Actually, yes. Do you have any better notes on this project? I'm having a hard time reading your handwriting.
Oh, allow me to rephrase that. What the hell are you doing in my lab? I'm dealing with an epic screw-up, and when I find out who's responsible, they're gonna get an earful.
All right, well, when you're done, let me know. I've got some exciting news.
President Siebert said you were focusing on some important physics work and I should take over your lab in the interim.
Hey, that was my exciting news.
The thing is, though, right, Sheldon, I understand where he's coming from and he's excited for the co-projects that they're both going through, but, like, you know, you'd think that he'd read the room because he has got better at reading situations and facial expressions, and he understands a bit of sarcasm now in the context of, you know, when people mean things and don't mean things, and he must know that she's hardcore into this research herself. You know what I mean? Like, how's he not read that situation? Just because she's involved in you and finding out this thing, she's got her own side. Well, you're the side quest. You know what I mean? She's got her main mission here, which is the research that she studied for and works in as a full-time job. You know what I mean? And she wants to be committed to that. And so, I don't know. He's obviously messed up there, but can she not just go back to President Siebert and say, look, mate, I know Sheldon's come in, but it's not actually factually true. I want to do my research and I'll just mind, you know, spend time with him doing his. I'm not going to give up something that I've got complete passion for to do something different. I want to actually stay here doing my own research that I've started myself.
You got me removed from my own project?
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. Apparently, you're very difficult to replace.
I was trying to pick my moment to leave. This seems like it.
I thought you said you were spread too thin. You said you wished you had more time to focus on our research. I thought I was helping.
Well, you're not. I mean, I have years invested in this work, and now someone's gonna come in and take it over? I mean, how would you feel if I let Leonard take over your super asymmetry project?
Oh, he'd be like a puppy with a microscope.
I brought Chinese.
Oh, it's a nice surprise. What's the occasion?
Please, I don't need a reason to bring food to my friend. And I told Howard he could be a part of my planetarium show. And now I'm worried he's just gonna make the whole thing about himself. I'm here for your support.
Well, then you just walked up 3 flights of stairs for nothing.
Don't you mean 4 flights?
No, it's actually 3.
But we're on the 4th floor. I mean, you have the lobby, 1st floor, 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
The lobby's the 1st floor, so lobby, 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
Sorry, give me a minute.
It's 3, right?
Just shut up.
I don't actually understand that. I mean, the US do it a little bit different to us. In the UK, when you literally walk into a building, you're on 0. And no matter what then, the next step is floor 1. Where sometimes you walk in on like mezzanine level and then obviously you go to ground and then first and stuff like that. I think it's confusing. Like she was saying there, even she got mixed up because obviously her apartment's there. She was like 4th floor and then it was like, no, it's 3 because we've gone in a ground level. It's confusing. Like I don't understand. I just think that you should always walk in on 0. And if you walk up any stairs, you're on 1. You know what I mean? You shouldn't walk in on like lobby and then go up to 0 and then go up to 1. Like it just makes it dead confusing. Everywhere should be 0 when you first walk into the building, and then 1, 2, 3 and upwards.
Oh, good, we caught you.
Yes, good.
You had no right to reassign my project.
Yeah, no right at all.
Cooper assured me this is what you wanted.
Can you believe this guy? Oh, sure. So a couple of men get together behind closed doors to decide the fate of a woman's career. I thought we'd move past this.
We're very important to this university, and I would like to sincerely apologize.
So I can have my project back?
I'm afraid it's not that simple.
Why not?
Well, in order to free up personnel...
Wait, hey, don't go mansplaining things to her. Mansplaining is when a man explains things to a woman like she's stupid.
When was the last time you saw Howard in his astronaut uniform?
About a week ago.
Really? What was the occasion?
Date night.
What role do you play?
Ekaterina Nostirovya, lonely Russian cosmonaut who is expert at physics and making of love.
I'm Dr. Rajesh Kutrapali, and usually I take you on a trip through the stars, but tonight we begin our journey much closer to home, International Space Station, which is manned by a team of brave men and women. Here with us tonight, please welcome to the Griffith Observatory astronaut Howard Joel Wolowitz.
Thank you, Raj. That was a really nice introduction.
In an elite group, only 232 people have ever been on the International Space Station.
Most astronauts have to train their whole lives. I was just in the right place at the right time.
He's up there because he's the only one qualified to install a piece of equipment that he designed.
Right here discovered a planetary object outside the Kuiper Belt.
He worked on the Mars rover.
He helped launch the New Horizons space probe.
He went to space in a Russian rocket.
I was scared the whole time.
And I was scared for you, but also proud.
Don't think you've ever said that to me before.
I should have. I'm proud of you. You're my best friend, and I love you.
I love you too.
What is happening?
Spaceman, you've been cleared for landing.
Wait, Howard looked like he was getting emotional then.
Hello, Sheldon.
Hello, Arthur. I'm having a problem in my marriage. I've upset my wife, and I don't know how to make it right.
I upset my wife every time I woke up in the morning. Rule number 1 in a marriage: don't go to bed angry.
Thank you, Arthur.
Before you go, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Does this look lean to you? I ordered lean.
What's wrong?
We can't go to sleep angry with each other.
Why not?
It's rule number 1. I'd tell you rule number 2, but it's confusing. Fine, I just need you to know that I feel terrible about what I did, and I wasn't being malicious. No, Professor Proton came to me in my dream and said we can't go to sleep angry.
Are you sure that's what he said? Close your eyes, double check. Okay, because I don't want to get lost in this relationship. And when you pulled me off my project, it seemed like my biggest fear was coming true. Subsumed into the things that are ours.
Thank you for explaining. And for using the word subsume. That's one you don't hear enough.
What are you doing now?
Checking for shoes.
Favorite ghost tells you to do something, you do it.
She's probably thinking, mate, I am married to some crazy person. But she already knew that anyway. He's the most crazy person that you've probably ever seen, to be honest. But he's the smartest. In that way, do you know what? I actually think that is like a correct statement. He is the craziest person you'll ever meet, but he's probably the smartest person you'll ever meet as well. And sometimes you put crazy and smart together, you get madness, you know what I'm saying? And you probably do get a good, accomplished scientist. And he's a perfect example of that, isn't he? And, you know, every time we see Arthur Jeffrey now, I always feel sad for him because he obviously died, rest in peace. But, like, you know, we've had the discussion before, but his memory lives on, you know what I'm saying? Although he's no longer here, his work will always be providing laughter and you know, enjoyment to others. So you gotta. This is one of the only fields, as well as music, that's literally can live forever. It's pretty mad, to be honest. It actually really is, and I understand where she was coming from. That she'd be upset and angry that her work that she's been working on for years on her own, you know, is basically going to get pulled away from her and let somebody else come in and finish it. You don't want that. Even if you do your work and it's complete failure at the end, you want to achieve that failure. I know it sounds crazy, but do the time, you know what I mean? You want to know the outcome. If she spent all the time doing it, then she reaps in the rewards or the failures, and you want to commit. You don't want somebody else coming in. And if it is to fail or succeed, you want to know that it was all your input, you know what I mean? All your hard work that actually got to that position. And you don't want somebody coming in half-assing it, or somebody coming in and absolutely, you know, taking yours to the next level and then them getting the reward. So I kind of get where she's coming from. Sheldon was wrong to do it. Glad that he went in and apologised. He got it sorted, and obviously now she can go back to doing her work and working on that asymmetry or whatever it was called, like when she has a bit of spare time, you know, after she's done her actual made work that she's paid for. That is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've not yet voted for your most liked characters throughout the whole franchise, please do. Link in the description. 3 votes are allowed. Your votes and mine be shown in the final episode. Really interested to see who everybody chooses. Now, you know, in this episode we had Raj. Obviously we've seen, I love a bit of continuity, you know. It's nothing major. It don't really affect the show, but like the fact that he's still doing shows in the Griffith Observatory, you know, is pretty good. He made a big deal out of it when he first got it. And, you know, we continue doing it here and there. A bit like Fun with Flags, which we've not seen in a little while. But it's a continuation of it. And, you know, Howard was invited to do a speech there. He didn't really want him to do it. I kind of thought it was because he didn't want to share the spotlight, which I totally get. He's found something that he likes. And, you know, Howard coming in, he don't want to, you know, give him all eyes, considering he is an astronaut and he is successful. You know, Raj will feel like it will go sway to all him and not Raj and his hard work. And I understand where he's coming from. And, you know, it isn't coming from a place of malice as well, because in a way it's a compliment. And the fact is, he probably realised that he never actually complimented him before until they was both there in the room together, and you could see them both dishing out here and there. Proud of you, it's amazing, you've done this, you 238 people have been on that, you're one of them, it's crazy, you made your own machine and that's the reason why you went up there, nobody else could do it. And just big up, big up, big up, do you know what I'm saying? And he told him that he's proud of him. Howard looked like he was getting emotional, to be honest. And you know, they do have a good friendship, and they probably realised in that moment themselves that, like, yeah, okay, we are both doing successful things, but at the end of the day, no matter how much we're doing it, we're all there loving for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to do this Griffith Observatory on my own, and I didn't want the spotlight to come to you, Howard, but that doesn't mean that I don't respect you, I don't love you, and I'm not proud of everything that you've done. And he just laid it out on the line. You could see that not just them, but Leonard was emotional too, and it's actually a really nice scene. So I'm glad that we ended the episode like that. It's actually really nice, and you know, seemed like you know, Bernadette's absolutely loving that astronaut suit as well. She's coming in with a Russian, looks like a Russian role player, you know, when they're in the bedroom, which is interesting. She does the accent really well as well, actually. She actually done it really well. But today was a good one. I did enjoy it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.